The longest study on happiness and health in human history did not find that your cholesterol was the deciding factor of your health later in life. What it found will probably change the way you think about your next doctor's appointment. Welcome to your daily hit of grace and grit, your quick dose of inspiration to kickstart your day. I'm Courtney Townley, and here is today's hit. We've been trained to believe that the numbers tell us the truth about our overall health. And look, no one is saying don't pay attention to health data. It's important to track, and I highly encourage that you go to your annual appointments and you know those numbers. But also keep in mind that they only tell part of the story. They don't tell you your complete health story. In fact, the data that most strongly predicts your quality of life and your longevity, well, it doesn't even show up on a blood panel. The Harvard Study of Adult Development, which is one of the longest running longitudinal studies of human health and happiness ever conducted, found that the quality of people's close relationships was one of the strongest predictors of health, happiness, and longevity later in life. Not your cholesterol, not your body weight, not your VO2 max, your relationships. And I love this because I have always and will forevermore believe that health is the quality of your relationships. Because think about it, life is relationship. You are in relationship with everything, with yourself, with the people in your orbit, with food, with nature, with time. Everything in life is relationship. Robert Waldinger, I love that name, the current director of the study that I just mentioned, he puts it really plainly. The clearest message that we can get from this 80-year study is this: good relationships keep us happier and healthier, period. And yet most women that I work with are spending enormous amounts of energy managing their macros and fine-tuning their exercise programs while their most important relationships are running on empty. And I played that game for a while. In fact, I talk about this in the introduction to my book, The Consistency Code. I talk about a period of my life where I was exercising intensely twice a day. I was paying attention to every bite of food that went into my mouth. I was so regimented in what I was doing to manage my body, I was neglecting the most important relationships of my life. Certainly the relationship I had with myself, but also the relationship with my husband, with my kid, right? With the things that I really care about the most and are really the whole reason that I even take care of myself in the first place. So here's the part that makes this actionable rather than just interesting, okay? Loneliness, genuine social isolation, has been shown to be as damaging to our longevity as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. I mean, take that in for a second. Again, that's a piece of data I've shared on this show before, but it'll never not make my jaw drop. That doesn't show up in your labs, right? Loneliness doesn't show up in your labs. Neither does chronic low-grade grief of living a life that doesn't feel like yours. And this is the ultimate importance of making sure that as many relationships in your life as possible are as healthy as possible. And again, that doesn't just mean relationships with other people. It means relationship with yourself is of deep quality, and your relationship with everything in your life is as healthy as possible. So the next time you leave your doctor's appointment feeling like everything on the paper says you're fine, but nothing feels fine in your actual life, I want you to remember this episode today. Your labs are one data point. They are something to pay attention to. but your relationships, your sense of purpose, the peace you feel when you put your head on the pillow at night, those are really powerful data points too. And please, please, please do not ignore those. If this stirred something inside of you, imagine what a whole book of clarity and courage could ignite. The Consistency Code, a midlife woman's guide to deep health and happiness, goes even deeper into the mindset and practices that create real, meaningful change at midlife. Grab your copy today over at theconsistencycode.com and keep the momentum alive.